Good morning. Because of my slide in the cloud when we stuck at the airport. Okay, let's try together that for my presentation today is focused on the integration, smart and satellite imagery. Before I start my presentation, I want to introduce myself. I am Ông from Conservation International, Cambodia. So today I will share the experience that we using the technology that we are supporting for the law enforcement to reduce the deforestation in the JCM REDD Plus project. And in here is the detailed agenda that I want to cover by today. And we focus on the JCM REDD Plus project and challenges, and also focus on how to use smart and satellite imagery integration, and also cover the deep dive onto satellite imagery for Earth observation, and also smart that using for ground data collection, and also focus on intelligent drive law enforcement and key challenges and net plane. So in here is the JCM. If we refer to JCM, maybe some people know, some people don't know, because JCM is used different in the globe. They have a different project, but for Cambodia is the first project that focus on the forest sector, that supporting that it is the project from the Japan government and also the Cambodian government for sign together for the implement the REDD Plus project to save the forest and also combat the illegal forest grant. And in here is the project. We have three phases. Phase 1 is 2018, 2021, and phase 2, 2022, and 2026. And in here is the threat of the project. Maybe in the project around the globe, maybe faced with the same. One is deforestation, that from the agriculture infrastructure development. Number 2, also illegal logging. And number 3 is hunting, and third is project development. Project development normally is from the government that approve all the project like mining, exploration, land concession, and another hydropower dam. And in here is the law enforcement team in the ground. So currently the project is support the government on financial and technical support, and also has 11 in the national level supporting, and also 14 subnational and 73 ranger in the ground that cover on the patrolling, and the team will provide the training technical patrol, GPS, SMART, GX, and motion sensing, and another skill. And also conduct regular patrol every 10 days. So 10 days not mean that one man patrol only 10 days, but it's 10 days for supporting as a final support, and another day is the government support that can for full month. And also they're working with the local authority and to stop the deforestation. And in here is the patrol coverage when we use smart tool. Maybe we know that in 1 year, the ranger where they are patrolling, so they conduct patrol across the very long wildlife sanctuary that focus on the illegal threat, where the hotspot based on the information from the satellite imagery and another information. And also the result that we got from the technology, we will be conduct a meeting at the provincial level for discussion for final solution. And in here, to reduce the threat, what is the technology that we apply for this project? Currently, we use a lot of technology that apply for this project. So we use the satellite imagery. The satellite imagery we have different from the different types. Sometimes we use the satellite imagery download directly from the cloud. And sometimes we use the different source of satellite imagery like Land Alert, and previously we used SADAF that specifically for the very long project, and we use collect Earth online, REDD, Avanza for the field data collection, smart and drone also. And in here is the integration that For the satellite imagery, normally they use this technology for the Earth observation to know where is the land clearing and also where the hotspot. From the information, so we need the ground data because the satellite imagery have a resolution. Sometimes we just in the office based on the satellite imagery, we have just not 100% clear, so we need information from the ground to verify. But the ranger in the ground is the key person that support us, that collect the ground information to verify our result. But ranger also need us to provide the information for patrolling, for take action. And the flow is from the satellite imagery, we will be conduct a meeting, a discussion with the park ranger or PDE director. After that, we send the information, prepare a plan for field, and conduct the patrol. And all the results will send back to the technical or the analyst. And in here, when we go to Earth observation, so we also experience with the EarthRanger, but currently we have in the progress a bit slow because of the language and also for the technical on the alert and the integration process. But this morning meeting that the SMART and EarthRanger integration, hope that this tool will be find a solution for us that can be merged together, that this tool that can be support for the in the ground for supporting project also. And in here for the SMART and ground observation, so where the ranger get the information from the SMART and also they will be conducted patrol. And the technology that they use, normally currently, previously they use the GPS for go to navigation to the location, but currently they adapt with the Avanza tool that easy that include with the location and also the map, offline map that accessible to the forest. So, and also the supporting is the drone. Drone currently is powerful that to accessible to the remote area or difficult area that accessible. So they will use the drone to help for supporting. And when they arrive or access to those areas, they use SMART for the collecting information in the ground that focus on the response to the hotspot or location from the satellite imagery. So here is the technology in current project that really benefit from to everyone. It also for the strategic plan. So currently that the law enforcement team use the technology like the SMART is for the prepare the patrol planning and strategy plan. And number two is for decision. Decision in here is the management team is also the information or accurate data that can be support for decision to prepare long-term strategy. And resource optimization. So when we have the clear information, it's really beneficial for the resource for the patrolling. They know the specific area for the patrolling. And legal certainty and deterrent is focused on based on the information and data that clear. For example, they have the photo, GPS, and time. It can be evident for compiling document to call for take action also. And in here is also when apply the technology, we face some challenges. One is the language barrier. So the language barrier in here is if we want to empower the local people or the community or the government team is require Khmer language. If the English language is still challenges to us, and mostly the material that for the capacity building is in English, so we need to translate those into Khmer, and after that they can apply this technology. And number two is the central data access. And sometimes the information that we got alert from the satellite imagery and information, but the station location is not internet accessible or phone coverage. It's really difficult that we can transfer those information to each other for take action or sharing the information together. And number three is lack of internal motivation. And here focus on the team in the ground that we try to build those capacity on the technology, but sometimes they do not have commitment to learn, and sometimes they have another reason or excuse. It's really hard to refresh and refresh again for the training. And number 3 is Earth observation. As you know that the satellite imagery is challenges when we use the satellite in the rainy season, mostly covered by cloudy. And currently the planet satellite imagery inaccessible that we have the one gap, or it is really useful, but inaccessible, it's really challenge to us. And number 3 is the less accurate on the alert. We need to verify before we use or send information to law enforcement team. And for the next plan that we plan, currently we have the system, we have the tool, we have the capacity building to the stakeholder. But the next plan is the dashboard and the data visualize to make decision. In here is we try with the application like Power BI, ArcGIS dashboard that is in the draft that we try to make sure that the people, non-experts, on the technology can be read the information. Because sometimes when the question on the decision or analysis on the data, we want to reduce the question. So I think that the dashboard on the, and the data visualize is the key that support for decision making fast and easy and effectiveness. But currently for the next plan, we will build for the data visualization. In the current, we use two apps, is the ArcGIS dashboard and Power BI. But we hope that from the event, we will learn from the expertise to explore another technology like Ecoscope or another tool that can be available that support more effectively. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you very much. So, if you have any questions,